Okay, let's get started with our first Revit model. We're going to literally build this from the ground up, and we even have to build the ground. This is going to be our civil portion of it. So let's go ahead and open it. Remember, we go to Models, and we're going to open one because I've given you a start file that's already got this imported thing in it that we can create our ground from. Okay. And so I have to go find it. Here it is. It's the start file. Don't worry about anything with numbers after it. Those are backup files. You do not use those. We always use the ones without numbers. And I'm going to use my start file. So I click on it. It takes a little bit to come up. And open. And it takes a little while for this to start up. BIM is large. It's got a lot of stuff in it. It's got to go find everything. So there it goes. It's telling me at the bottom it's 3% right now, and it's opening it up slowly but surely. And shortly it will be open. Okay, and there it is. Now it's popped up. Okay, so I want to save this now, right? I'm going to go to my site plan. That's what it says. Navigate to your site plan. I've got level 1, 2, and site plan. I don't need the ceiling plans. I can close it. I don't delete them. I just turn the little thing off. And here are my elevations. These are my elevation view markers. Okay, this is my 0, 0 point. Okay, so I'm ready to go. I'm in my site plan. And I'm going to go ahead and let's take a look at one more thing. See, it says this is new construction. So that's good. That's what I want. That's when I'm doing this. I'm going to do some new construction. So the first thing to do is save as, file. Save as, and I save it as a project. And I'm going to take away the start file name and put my own initials on, and I'm going to add demo. But you can take away start file and just add your initials because it's no longer a start file. It's your working file. So that's the first thing to do. That's step 1. Step 2, we're going to create the Topo solid. Okay, this goes from 0 point. You want to replace? Yes, because I've already done that once. Okay, and so this is a CAD import. I took a CAD file that somebody had made that drew it, and now I'm going to work on it. It takes a long time to save stuff sometimes. If you're working directly on your own computer, it's a little faster. But now we're going to take this import. I just hover over it. It tells me that's the import. And I'm going to create a landmass with it. So I'll go to landmass, massing and site, Topo solid. And I'm going to get the little arrow, left click, create from an import. And then if I hover over the import, first I have to say it's a CAD import. A CSV is like from a survey, a whole bunch of points. But I've got, or a drone flight, I've got a CAD. So I left click on the CAD. I go find it, left click, and look, oh man. All this stuff. I want the topo. So I'm going to uncheck it and say topo, C-topo. Those are the topo lines. Okay. And it says, there's something kind of off. Is it okay if I fix it? Yes. Okay. That'll be okay. There it is. If I just click, I have a topo solid. Okay. Now I'll save as, this should say BIM-1 initials. BIM-1 initials. File. A lot of files. Save as. Save as. Project. And I'm going to call it BIM-1. BIM-1-ROS. Got saved. Now, I've got my old import in there still, and I don't need it anymore. It's just kind of going to be in the way. And I look at it, and it looks pretty much the same. So I'm going to go ahead and, as soon as this is done saving, I'm going to try to find that import. There it is. I got on the little red piece, right click, and I probably have to unpin it first. It won't let me do anything because it's pinned. Unpin it, right click on it, and I can either hide it in the view, but it shows up everywhere. I'm just going to delete it. I do not need it anymore. There I go. That's my first thing to do. Save. And that's your activity 2. Make a Revit Topo solid. I'm going to show you something cool that you can do though. Right now it just looks like a top view of a topo surface. And as soon as it's done saving, I'm going to show you that you can also put in a 3D view. It does take a long time to save. Mostly because I'm saving to my own computer and I'm working on VMware. If you go up to this little house and do default 3D view, click, it just made a 3D view here. And that is the view. And remember, if I go shift and hold down the wheel, I can see it. That is my surface. Isn't that cool? That is what that surface looks like. This stuff here are some levels, and I'm going to leave those in there for now. We're going to change those later on. So this is your ending spot. I'm going to save it one more time, and then I can submit that where it asks for your topo solid. There we go. That's activity 2.